If you never listen or pay attention to another YouTube video I ever post in my entire YouTube career, I hope you will pay close attention to this one, because I'm going to share with you the most important lesson I think I've learned in my 8 months as a Teachers Pay Teachers creator. My name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. And what is that lesson? That lesson is, when it all boils down, you have to grow your store in a way that works for you. Now, I'm going to tell you straight off, I am so grateful for 2 women, Casey Morris and Lauren Fulton Schlappler. I hope I said your last name correctly. They have helped me tremendously. I have taken a course from Lauren and am currently in her membership, and I have done a membership with Casey, and both have been a big help to me. They both helped me focus on different areas of my Teacher Pay Teacher and other businesses. Now, they both teach you everything you need to know. They teach you about your TpT store and how to start it and build it. They teach you email, blogging, Pinterest, creating courses. I mean, together I have learned so much from both of them, and that has been a great thing. But because of me, it's also been a little bit of a bad thing. And let me tell you exactly what I mean here. Okay, Casey has a little blueprint. And I'm going to tell you right now, Casey would be the first one. She says this all the time. You do you. She gives you some guidelines, and then you have to decide how you're going to follow those guidelines. And again, here's the example. I don't remember exactly, but she's got somewhere throughout her course content a little blueprint, and it starts with create 20 quality resources, and then I forget, but then something like do your email list, Pinterest pins, blogging, and all these things. And I don't remember the exact order, but the point is, it's very laid out. You do this, when you get this done, you do this, this, and this. Well, the problem with that for me was that if I had created 20 quality resources and quit, I wouldn't have been selling, because I do seasonal resources and they only sell for a period of time. And so my first 8 months, I have been trying to create new resources, update old resources, start an email list, create my web page, do a YouTube channel, and start a blog, do some Instagram. And I was trying to do all these things to grow my business when I really hadn't built my business yet. Okay, and I don't know if these terms are exactly correct, but I consider starting your Teacher Pay Teacher store, I consider that opening your store, naming your store, branding your store, all that. Not that you have to do every bit of the branding and stuff, and then uploading your first freebie and your first paid product. Okay, you haven't really started your store until you've listed that first paid product, because you're not going to make any money until you have some paid products. That's kind of starting your store and getting that foundation. Then building your store, to me, is continually creating and updating your products, building product lines and all those things, and getting your store filled with things that can make you money. And then growing your business, to me, is the marketing part. And let me tell you the difference between having a Teacher Pay Teacher store and a Teacher Pay Teacher business. If you only have your store and you don't have an email list or anything like that, it's 100% fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's kind of like if somebody in your area opened this big, huge, gigantic store, and they allowed you to come in, and for a cut of whatever you sell, they would let you have a little store within their store, and you would sell products and they would get a cut. Now, they decide where you're going to be in this store. Okay, if they think, wow, this person's selling, I'm going to move them up front of the store. Or they're not doing so well, I'm going to move them to the back of the store. And also, let's say that tomorrow, for either by choice or force, that business had to shut down. You're done. Okay, you don't know anything. You don't have your client, the people that bought stuff from you, and even kept coming back. You don't have any contact information from them. You don't have any way to get in touch with them. All those resources are going to stop making money, and you're pretty much done. But if you have a Teachers Pay Teachers business with email lists and blogs and websites and all that, you still, if Teachers Pay Teachers shut down tomorrow, you would still have a way to promote your products. So that's to me kind of the difference between having a Teachers Pay Teachers store, that's the starting and building part, and having a Teachers Pay Teachers business, which is to me the growing part. Now here's what I wish I had done. I wish I had just for my first year concentrated on nothing but my Teachers Pay Teachers store, starting it and building it. And here's why. Because I do seasonal products and I kind of rely on my Teachers Pay Teachers income. Last month, I would not have been able to make my house payment if it had not been for my Teachers Pay Teachers income. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail, but because of my 2 granddaughters, one of which has special needs, I did resign my teaching position and I have no income, and I'm trying to do things to build an income, and so making money from Teachers Pay Teachers is very important to me. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are like, you know what, I'm going to be teaching for 10, 15 years, and I want to start building slowly a business so that when I am ready to step away from teaching, it'll be there, it'll already be functioning, but I don't care about making a lot of money right now. I just care about building my store. You might want to go ahead and do so many, maybe even just 10 products, and then start learning. Now, you don't want to spend all this time driving business to your store if you don't have some products that people can buy. So you have to think about that. So I am stepping back from everything except my store and my YouTube channel. And although this sounds cheesy, I swear to you, it's the truth. The purpose of my YouTube channel right now is nothing but getting out content to people who want to start start Teachers Pay Teacher stores. I'm not making any money off this channel. I don't link to any products to sell or anything like that. I decided that for now, I'm just going to worry about my content. You may think, wow, does she realize how bad the production of her videos is? Yeah, I totally do. I decided I wasn't going to worry about that. All I was going to think about is getting content out. I kind of thought about, okay, I know people that I think should start stores. They may not think they do, but I think they do. And I would just kind of be like, what would I tell them? And that's what my videos are going to be about. What would I share with people who personally came to me and said, what can you tell me about building a Teacher Pay Teacher store? This is what I would tell them. So what I'm going to do with my YouTube channel is the same thing I'm going to do with my store. First of all, with my store, I'm going to get my complete year of seasonal resources created and perfected to a point, and uploaded to the best of my ability, and then start concentrating on marketing and things like that, because I will have a complete year. I will always have some products that people buy, and therefore I can step back a little bit and start working on other things. With my YouTube channel, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm learning about content right now, nothing else. I'm going to post 10 to 20 videos, and then I'm going to think, okay, I'm going to start maybe adding text, or maybe editing, or getting a better background, or worrying about lighting. I'm not going to do all that at one time. I'm going to take it step by step. I love taking courses. I'm going to take a YouTube course, and I've already taken a YouTube course, and I'm learning all these things, but I'm just not going to try to implement them all at once. And so what is my lesson to you? My lesson to you is to think about, what is my purpose? Am I trying to slowly build a business that's going to be there for me when I'm done doing whatever I'm doing now? Or am I trying to build something that is going to bring me income quickly? What kind of resources do I sell? Do I sell resources that are going to sell year round, and therefore I can get maybe 15, 20 up and then step back and do other things? Or do I need a complete year to have a good store established before I start bringing people in? And it's not just seasonal. One thing I thought about doing, I also love math, and I thought about starting at the beginning of the year and going through the whole year's standards and creating resources for each standard throughout the year and having a complete year, and then maybe at the next year offering that in different kinds of bundles. So maybe that's something you're going to do. You think that you want to build an entire year's curriculum. You may need to not worry about anything but creating resources for an entire year. Okay? So this is, again, the most important lesson I want you to learn. You have to set your own boundaries. Okay? You have to decide what's best for my store. Is it best for me to build a few good quality products and then start marketing? Or should I spend an entire year getting my store really established and making sure I have resources that will be selling all throughout the year? And then step back from everything else. I know it's scary. Now, some of you may not even know about all these other kinds of things to do, but if you do, you feel like, gosh, you know what? I want to be like Casey. I want to be like Lauren. I want to have a great, big, solid, sustainable business. Well, you're not going to do that by overwhelming yourself, wearing yourself out. And here is another important lesson. Have a schedule and step back at times. Real quick story. This video, again, is longer than I wanted, but one of my favorite gymnasts is a girl named Megan Skaggs, who was the gymnast for the University of Florida. I love college gymnastics, but ever since she first came to Florida, I've really, something about her just, resonated with me. And so she started out her freshman year, and then I noticed she was, her junior year, somewhere around there, she started kind of not being in as many lineups and stuff. And right after COVID hit, right before the year started, she was sharing that she had lost her love for gymnastics, that it was starting to become something she didn't enjoy and therefore wasn't doing as well at. But when the pandemic hit and she took a step back from it, her love grew even more than before. And her senior year and her super senior year, she was phenomenal. She was one of the top all-around gymnasts in the country. And it was that step back that allowed her to take a break, breathe, and redevelop her love for gymnastics. So don't be forced to take those breaks. Put them in your day, in your week, in your month. Take time for you. I love to just sit out in the sun. That, to some people, that may be like, what? Sit out in the sun? Yes, I love to just sit out in the sun and soak in the sun. That is, for me, a break. I try to take at least 15 minutes a day to just sit out in the sun and enjoy myself. For you, it may be reading a book, watching an episode of something on Netflix, whatever it is that you need to do for you every single day, just for you and nobody else. And then maybe weekly, you need to take an hour or two. I know some people that have a shower routine every Sunday night. Their spouses or someone takes care of the children, if they have children, meets their needs for those 2 hours, and they do a complete shower routine, which of course I'm not going to get into. Look up shower routines. It's amazing. I've done it before. It's just not something that I really feel that's important to me right now. But weekly, take some time for yourself. Monthly, take a weekend where you don't do any work. From, say, Friday at 6 o'clock to Sunday at 6 o'clock, I'm not even going to think about my business. We know how that goes. But you're not going to do any work on your business, okay? Take breaks. Step back. Sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing. So this is, again, longer than I wanted, but I just really want you to take care of you. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I don't want you to get frustrated and try to do too many things. Figure what you need to focus on and focus on one thing at a time. And it may be, even if you're doing several things, maybe just this day, I'm just going to focus on this. This day, I'm just going to, or this week, or whatever. Figure out what you need to do, how often you need to do it, and don't let yourself get overwhelmed. Remember, you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.